In the history of North America, few events have left as profound of an impact as the Civil War. For 4 years, the nation was torn apart by devastating conflict that would shape its future forever. One of the most significant outcomes of the Civil War was the Emancipation Proclamation. President Abraham Lincoln's bold decision made millions of slaves free. However, the long road to freedom was long. It wasn't until the 13th Amendment to the Constitution that slavery was officially abolished in the United States, marking a remarkable turning point in the American history. The end of the Civil War did not mark the end of the challenges. Reunification was a challenge, as a broken nation suffered with the scars of war. Through the efforts of key figures and collective determination, the Union was preserved, laying the groundwork for a united America. Technology played a major role in the war. The Civil War made a transition from flint-based triggers to percussion systems, making firearms more reliable in all weather conditions. But aside from having it help during the fight, it led to a huge economic impact. These, as several factors, produced high-tech gun innovation. These would be exported and sold, improving America's economy. Advancements in firearms technology revolutionized warfare, leaving a lasting impact on military tactics, economy, and the course of the conflict. The human cost of the Civil War was devastating, on an estimate of 620,000 left behind affected families and communities. The huge death number serves as a reminder of the profound impact this war had on American society. Slavery's end was a gradual process, with multiple dates depending on location. The Civil War ended in April 1865, but the true abolishment of slavery came with the ratification of the 13th Amendment on December 6, 1865. Many mistakenly believed the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863 freed all enslaved people, but it was limited to Confederate states and didn't lead to widespread freedom. It was until it really ended with the 13th Amendment. The Civil War's outcome saw a rise in opiate addiction, stemming from the widespread use of morphine during the conflict. Before the Civil War, doctors gave opiates despite knowing their dangers, and during the war, soldiers were given opiates for pain relief. But after the war ended, opiate addiction rose greatly, affecting veterans and white women. Opiate use led to physical and financial ruin. Veterans faced exclusion from benefits and even mental asylums. Public empathy was lacking, as seen in a president's veterans pension due to addiction. The Civil War's aftermath had deeper consequences related to opiate addiction that were not adequately considered during or after the conflict. These outcomes had lasting effects on society and highlight the importance of understanding the potential long-term outcomes of large events like wars on public health and society. The legacy of slavery continues to shape American society, impacting issues of race, equality, and justice. The Civil War and the Proclamation were important moments in the long journey towards racial equality, but their effects continue to reverberate in our society today. The post-Civil War era saw the rise of segregation, discriminatory practices, and racism, which further led to the discrimination of African Americans and other minority groups.
And violated the laws of excessive force, illegal search and seizure, inadequate training and supervision against Rankin County. They don't supervise and monitor anything.
The absence of education, housing, and economic possibilities for Black people after they were freed from their descendants contributed to a cycle of disadvantage, leaving lasting outcomes in communities across the country. The outcomes of the Civil War set the stage for a new era in American history, leaving a lasting print on the country's politics, economy, and society. The Civil War's outcomes are still felt today, with complications, divisions, and challenges. The consequences of the Civil War are complex and multifaceted, influencing modern-day political, economic, and societal structure. The Civil War was a turning point in American history, with far-reaching outcomes that continue to shape the nation. The far-reaching results have affected society, economy, and politics. We invite you to continue exploring the outcomes of the Civil War and its long-term impact on American society.